Greetings, comrades. Welcome to All Power to the People podcast on Grown Folks Talking, Express Yourself Internet Radio via the Huddle Team app. We meet every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We discuss local, national, and global events that impact the material conditions of the people and provide viable solutions. We are here to find those tired of the way their lives are socially constructed. As Panthers, we use dialectic materialism. As Dr. Huey P. Newton stated, power is the ability to discern phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. From combating the housing crisis to police patrols, we are the vanguard in place to serve our communities. The purpose of this program is to highlight contradictions in the electoral process, which Western culture calls politics. Politics is the struggle for resources. Participating in America's electoral process has only taken resources from the people and handed it to the oligarchs and the professional managerial class that serve them by maintaining the status quo through coercion. We know that power lies with the people, and it is our duty to organize and educate the community so that they can fight for their own liberation. So please, join us every Sunday at 12 p.m. You can join by downloading the Huddle Team app, join online, or call in. The app and joining online is free, but if you call in, standard messaging rates may apply. Links to the show will be provided in the caption. This is General Secretary Patience of the new African Black Panther Party, NABPP North. All power to the people.
I'll be having a conversation with people, and they'll be like, so what do we do? What is our option? How do we change our material condition? How do we change the reality around us? I mean, you can't do that. This is from our food program. I mean, so that's why I'm starting off like this to show everybody like the things that you could do in the community. You know, as Panthers, we come together in North to get this food to go out and give to the families that are starving. We all know, if we live in these communities, we know how hard times are. We're all going through it. We eat this same food too. We take the food in our home and we put them in our building. This is our This is our during the school year, all year round. We don't have enough money to go build a school to be able to bring in all these children and stuff. We don't have all of that, but we can create an after-school program. And this is one of the ways we bring the kids in with the after-school program so they can come in for us to give them that knowledge and teach them and try to help guide them through this reality, through this world. Hey, you say they teach you about 9/11 in school? Yeah. What did they teach you about 9/11? Why did the plane hit the buildings? You got to say it loud enough so I can hear you. That's what they taught you, that the Muslims hijacked the plane? That's okay. That's okay. Relax. But why did they crash into the Twin Towers? Anybody? Hey, what you were saying, Major? Hold up, let Major speak. What you say, Major? And then they were hijacking the other plane and they crashed into that. But why did they crash into the Twin Towers? So they crashed into the Twin Towers to go to New York. They died to go to New York. Oh, they wanted to go land in New York, but they crashed into the Twin Towers. So anybody else got something to add? Archie, you got something to add? What you want to add? That's it? So nobody can tell me why the planes crashed? Why the planes did that? Nobody can tell me? But don't you think the school should tell you why? Yeah. So, like, if the school not telling you why, what does that mean? They keep it. Wow. Where you get gatekeeping from, bro? Where you learn that? You say me? You bird. You burnt out, yo. You burnt out. Nah, but the reason why they crashed into the into the Twin Towers is because the American government, America was going to their country, taking their natural resources, stealing their stuff, killing their people. So they got mad. They stole a plane and they came and crashed it on the World Trade Center to get back at America. That's why they did it. No, it wasn't one plane. I think it was 2 or 3. I think it was one was no. I think there was one in DC and there was one in Philly or something like that. That did racist. Yeah, racist. What did?
Another one trying to crash at
the Trump Tower? There ain't no plane trying to go to the Trump Tower. The White House. Did the plane try to go to the White House?
What's the topic for today?
But these people be lying. The media be lying. The politicians be lying. So you never know what's true. But why they really did it, they said because America was going over to their countries and they were killing their people. They were taking their resources and they were putting military bases in their country. So that's why they did it. I mean, that's why they went over there and did it. So they call that blowback. Like when you go to another country and you do stuff to them and then they come back over here and do something. Like they call that blowback. Yeah,
blowback. You said that's called blowback?
You said they should have did more?
Excuse me.
No, because we going down.
Chairman Africa.
But we're going to continue this.
What's up?
Are we even sure that 9/11 wasn't an inside job, like just to manufacture consent so that we could go over and establish a military bases in the Middle East and take more resources? Do we think that it's a coincidence that just several years after we had a presence in an area where poppies grow prolifically, our heroin and fentanyl epidemics in the U.S. Became complete and utter, crises? I think it was all manufactured consent.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. General Secretary, could you come in for a second, please?
Yeah, I'm coming.
No, because I want to see her. You got your video on?
No, I don't have my video on.
You don't have to put it on. It's okay if you don't have to put it on if you're not ready.
We're driving right now. We're driving down to Portland.
But I wanted to put my song, but never mind. Never mind. That's just what you call it. That's just the intro video. You heard me?
Okay.
So,
yeah. Sorry.
Who am I talking to?
This is Alexandra and Ramsey up in Maine.
Okay, all power to the people. Nah, that's just the intro video, and the intro video.
I'm sorry.
Nah, that's okay. This is your first time, right?
Yeah, we can't because you don't have the video. We can't see anything. So.
Oh, because you're driving.
We're driving. We just have audio right now.
Oh, okay. So it starts off, and the video, and we talk about some of the stuff we do in the community. So that video you was listening to was for probably 2-3 years ago, and we were driving with the kids in the car, taking them to the after-school program. No. It was in the summertime. We was going to summer camp, and they were talking about 9/11. So while they was talking about 9/11, we was asking them, what they knew about 9/11, and they were saying the Muslims. They were saying basically what we all know, the government and the status quo want everybody to know. And then we was asking them what you know. But it's just an intro video. I mean, so yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Nah, hey, look, no, but that's okay though. Yo, whenever you want to cut in, whatever, cut in. But let me see if I can finish the intro video. Let me see.
Greetings, comrades.
Stupid.
So all of this you're listening to. So if you're on the phone and you don't see the video, all of this right here for the next, let me see, how many minutes is this? 4 more minutes. It's part of the intro video. And the intro video, like I said, is basically explaining the kind of stuff we do in the community. And we're showing, because most time you go to places and people have this conversation and they're talking about politics, talking about how to, what to do in the community. They never even give you examples or show you what they're doing. It's all critique about what other people are doing. So in this, like the first few minutes of the show, every Sunday, we do a few minutes of what we basically do every day of our lives. So I'm gonna finish the intro video before we get into the show. But thank you for saying that though. But yeah, you're right. You are right about the military bases overseas. You're right about imperialism, and that's and by and large, that's the whole purpose of working with the kids, to be able to tell them these things. Because like you can't just stop a kid and just be like, look, I'm gonna teach you about 9/11 today. It don't work that way. Like children really don't learn like that. Or most people, you can't really capture their attention. It's like you gotta wait till the opportunity presents itself. I mean, then you're able to dive into those subjects. Like one of the kids said, "Yo, we should have nuked them." Like, no. He said that the Muslims should have nuked America. So I'm like, if they nuke America, we gonna die. Like, I don't want to die, but these are the conversations that you get to have with them, and you get to like having them reason, having them think. I mean, but like, let me finish the intro video.
We're gonna continue later. This is our summer basketball camp is going on right now. Every day from 9 to 1, we have this basketball camp that that the kids come out. Yo, it's all about organizing and finding ways to bring people out, bring the children out to be able to organize them. I mean, when you're doing these things to bring the children in, to bring the community in, yo, you got to be serious. You can't be playing around with this. They're like, when the kids come here, at the end of the summer, they're stronger, they're faster, they're quicker, and they know more about the game, about the sport than they did before. We watch their minds develop every day while we're talking about Pantherism. What do we do? What are the solutions? Yo, there's solutions here. I mean, the solutions is organizing our own community, creating an economic base where we can be able to feed ourselves, take care of ourselves without having to bow down to somebody else. Without having.
In the background, I'm showing a community right now. Comrade Jack from out of Plainfield, New Jersey, is speaking at a community town hall meeting that we host. To speak to the community, to get an input from the community on what they need. So they don't need to go to City Hall. If we create City Hall, we are City Hall. We are the government in the community if we create those spaces. And that Comrade Jack is speaking in the background right now.
To beg somebody else for our humanity. I refuse to go beg anybody to give me humanity. I will take my humanity by force. I understand I am not free. We understand we are not free as Panthers. There's no doubt in our mind if we're free or not. And you cannot, for anybody that's
There's another video playing right here. We have a housing program. And sometimes, people can, like they double their rents. They raise their rents and people can't afford to pay it. And the landlord tell them, if you don't pay by this, whatever, we're going to kick you out. We're going to take you to court. So sometimes we have fundraisers because we can't afford it. Well, of course, we're the first one on the list to donate whatever, $100. I mean, but then you see everybody else donate and we help this person pay their rent. They're able to meet, not going to the streets. But all of this is part of the program that you can have in the community. You don't need to be rich. We don't need to be wealthy. It's just finding ways to meet people's needs.
The oppression that's under neocolonialism responsible for how their life turned out because they control no institution. I mean, I often hear people say, like, the drug dealer, the worst thing in our community, the drug dealer, because they're stupid. They're ignorant. They haven't educated themselves to understand the world around them. So they just open their mouth and regurgitate.
This video playing right here is playing in the background of me speaking. But this video playing right here is from the Dominican Republic. We opened a chapter out in Dominican Republic, and the video is playing with some of the kids from the baseball field that we work with down there.
Whenever they heard somebody else say, you're a fool if you believe anything out here is your fault or our fault. Seriously. And I'm telling you, I work with the community all day and all night. And I know how ignorant the community can be. But I don't blame the people for the conditions they find themselves in. They have nothing to do with how anything is done materially in this world. They're just bystanders. The people that I hold accountable is those that know, the intellectuals. that's supposed to know better will continue to usher our people into institutions of white supremacy, of imperialism, that will continue to exploit us, tell our people to go vote. What are you voting for? I mean, who are you voting for? Who do they serve? They don't serve the people. They won't serve the people, or they won't survive in those institutions.
All right, let's start the show. So look, welcome to All Power to the People on Grown Folks Talking. Express yourself. I am your host, Chairman Africa, and the first duty of a revolutionary is to be educated. That's the first duty of a revolutionary. So how do you educate yourself? It's easy. Go back and you read the works of luminaries, people that's been tackling the same issues and subjects for the last 200, 300, 400, 500 years. What was their solutions? Did it work? Did it not work? How can you contrast what happened then and what happened now? We've been listening to the Philadelphia Negro. The Philadelphia Negro is written by W.E.B. Du Bois in 1896, I believe, and it's basically explaining the condition of black people in Philadelphia in 1896, a few years after the Civil War, and they're going through talking about the issues there. And I'm telling you, if you pay attention to what he's saying, you can apply that to today. It's not even a stretch. It's like if you listen to them, it's like they're talking today. Now, what can we get from that book? What can we get from then? And how can we apply it to what we're doing now? Because everybody that's here, most of the people that listen to this show that come here are all working in the community. They're trying to change the material conditions outside their windows in their communities. And everything that we doing here is to try to build what you call it, allyship, or build relationship, intercommunalism with all of these people, because together we are stronger. It's really not no secret to it. This is ain't no secret squirrel, nothing going on here. So just go ahead and press play.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to share for my.
I'm hitting play now.
The Philadelphia Negro, Chapter 12, Section 34, Secret and Beneficial Societies and Cooperative Business. The art of organization is the one hardest for the freedman to learn, and the Negro shows his greatest efficiency here. Whatever success he has had has been shown most conspicuously in his church.
Well, let me stop there for a second. He said the hardest thing for the freedmen. Remember, this is in 1896. Everybody's supposed to be free at this point. But the people that were successful in the community, they really called themselves freedmen because they had been free. They had been free for a while now. Everybody wasn't slaves. I mean, like, to the layman person, they think every single black person in the 1817, 1600, they were all slaves. No, they always had some free black people that were here. I mean, just like we say it's a class struggle now, we're dealing with class issues. Some of us need to work 2, 3 jobs to survive. And some people, they don't even work. They just fly around. They don't do nothing. I mean, they just survive off our suffering. It's black people, white people, Spanish people, Asian people, gay people, whatever, all people. That's why Fred Hampton says we're in a class struggle, goddammit. Like, there's this racial component to it. Yes, there's sexism, there's patriarchy, there's everything, there's all the isms here. But those isms exist and are here to keep us separate. Our real issue, our real fight is against imperialism. That's the beast that we're trying to tackle. And Du Bois is telling you, like, we are not organized. The hardest thing for us to do is to be organized. And in this context, he's talking about black people. But we're in 2026. In all our communities, the people, us, the taxpayers, those of us working 2, 3 jobs, paycheck to paycheck, the overwhelming majority of us that's living paycheck to paycheck, we're not organized. We have been socialized to believe what the government, what those who control the society want us to believe. And I don't think there's anybody here that's so naive to think our reality is organic, that they're not people basically controlling our existence. I hope there's nobody here that thinks that. I mean, but I'm about to play, but like he said for the freedmen, our biggest issue was we're not organized. We're still not organized as we speak now. And that's what we're trying to do. All power to the people. Praise of that.
Organization, where the religious bond greatly facilitated union. In other organizations where the bond was weaker, his success has been less. From early times, the precarious, and the Negro shows his greatest efficiency here. Whatever success he has been shown most conspicuously in his church organization, where the religious bond greatly facilitated union. In other organizations where the bond was weaker, his success has been less.
Now, in the churches, we talked about it a couple of times already, but in the churches, it gave you a management structure, a business-like structure on how to be able to stratify and bureaucratize the institution. And this was the first place where people really learned, or black people, layman people, really learn how to organize themselves. So the church is what always brought them together. That religion, that faith is what brought them through those doors. And when they walked through those doors, they were able to learn how to organize the church, because the church is a business. They have to make money. They have to reach out to the community and get people to come in. They have to recruit people. They have to go out and recruit people with money. At the end of the day, the church is a business. And that was the first place, or the only place, by and large, that the community could organize themselves. I hope I'm explaining it right.
From early times, the precarious economic condition of the free Negroes led to many mutual aid organizations. They were very simple in form. An initiation fee of small amount was required, and small regular payments. In case of sickness, a weekly stipend was paid, and in case of death, the members were assessed to pay for the funeral and help the widow. Confined to a few members, all personally known to each other, such societies were successful from the beginning. We hear of them in the 18th century, and by 1838, there were 100 such small groups with 7,448 members in the city. They paid in $18,851, gave $14,172 in benefits, and had $10,023 on hand. 10 years later, about 8,000 members belonged to 106 such societies. 76 of these had a total membership of 5,187. They contributed usually 25 cents to 37.5 cents a month. The sick received $1.50 to $3 a week, and death benefits of $10 to $20 were allowed. The income of these 76 societies was $16,814.
Hold on. Since they're talking about mutual aid, what is it? Alexandra Welch? You there? The people driving in the car, y'all there?
It's 23 cents.
I don't see them.
Or they left already?
I don't see them.
All right, if you did, try to unmute yourself. I wanted to talk about the work that y'all was doing, the mutual aid work that they was doing outside. They set up a table, and it looked like they had food out there, and they was giving the food out to the community. But right here, Du Bois is talking about the mutual aid society, the community, how the community understood that the government or nobody was going to really do the things that they needed to do. Du Bois is gonna go more into it, explaining different ways that they did that. But the mutual aid was always understood by the people in the community, the residents, the taxpayers, whatever they want to call them today. They always understood that they couldn't look towards the government to be able to provide the things that they needed. So they created mutual aid societies that was that helped the people Like when somebody died, like right now, if somebody died, people find it hard to even afford to bury him, to afford the casket, all of this thing. The community back then, 80 people ain't doing that. When somebody was sick, they had programs or secret societies that helped to fund those things because they knew they were not delusional. They understood that the government or the people in power were not going to do these things. See, we've lost that now. Now most people just believe whatever the government, whatever the politicians say, they just take it and just believe it. Like it's true. But there was a point where people didn't believe nothing they said, where they didn't trust them. And they understood they had to have these different secret societies to be able to aid each other. I can't believe they're not here, man. I told them to come so they could talk about it. But anyway, all power to the people.
681 families were assisted. These societies have since been superseded to some extent by other organizations. They are still so numerous, however, that it is impractical to catalog all of them. There are probably several hundred of various kinds in the city. To these were early added the secret societies, which naturally had a great attraction for Negroes. A Boston Lodge of Black Masons received a charter direct from England, and independent orders of Oddfellows, Knights of Pythias, etc. grew up. During the time that Negroes were shut out of the public libraries, there were many literary associations with libraries. These have now disappeared. Outside the churches, the most important organizations among Negroes today are secret societies, beneficial societies, insurance societies, cemeteries, building and loan associations, labor unions, homes of various sorts, and political clubs. The most powerful and flourishing secret order is that of the Oddfellows, which has 200,000 members among American Negroes. In Philadelphia, there are 19 lodges with a total membership of 1,188 and $46,000 worth of property. Detailed statistics are in the next table. This order owns 2 halls in the city worth perhaps $40,000. One is occupied by the officers of the Grand Lodge, which employs several salaried officials and clerks. The order conducts a newspaper called the Oddfellows Journal. There are 19 lodges of Masons in the city, 6 chapters, 5 commanderies, 3 of the Scottish Rites, and 1 drill corps. The Masons are not so well organized and conducted as the Oddfellows, and detailed statistics of their lodges are not available. They own 2 halls worth at least $50,000 and probably distribute not less than $3,000 to $4,000 annually in benefits. Besides these chief secret orders, there are numerous others, such as the American Protestant Association, which has many members, the Knights of Pythias, the Galilean Fishermen, the various female orders attached to these, and a number of others. It is almost impossible to specific with all these orders in any.
Right.
I want to share some of the things here to give some visuals to some of the things they're talking about in the book. So I'm going to share my screen for a second.
Great.
Chairman Africa, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't call back in. I think that we were muted on your end somehow, but we heard everything that you were saying. Yeah, we've been here.
All right, so did you guys have a mutual aid thing like a few days ago?
Yeah, we did it. We're doing it every Sunday, so we're on our way right now to do it again for the second time.
You're going, and what are you going to be
doing? Last Sunday.
And what are you going to be doing there?
So we've got about $1,000 worth of groceries and probably about the same monetary value worth in clothes, and we just give it out. We set up. We have hot coffee, like brownies, like treats for people to eat, that day, groceries to take home, hand warmers, toiletries, cleaning products. We just set up in a public space, like a third space, and we have a banner that some artists made, and we just give it out to anyone in need. And then we take requests from people. So, like, last week, we didn't have that many men's pants because we didn't think that would be a huge need. But Portland, Maine has a huge homeless problem. People just aren't taken care of. And a lot of men were asking for pants, so we got specific sizes. And then we're bringing them this week, and we have them on hold for those people. And then we've got one woman who needs help to pay to have her car fixed. So we gave her $50 last week, and then we're trying to find her some help. So we just try to help meet whatever needs we find in the community.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Do you have a clipboard? Do you take clipboard with you and take people's names down?
Yes, yeah.
Why do you take the names down?
So that we can start, learning who's in our community and also we take their names and also what they need. Like what size pants they need, or if they need socks or underwear, what kind of food they like. Just hearing what they are in need of and trying to make that happen the following week for them, and it helps to have the name with the face, and so that they also sort of treat them with dignity, so that people feel seen and respected and cared for in the community.
All power to the people, but
all power to the people.
You two are with the White Lion Party, right?
Yes, yeah.
We're not a charity organization. Everything that you're doing, what you're doing right now is not charity. We're listening to Du Bois, and they're talking about this secret society and this mutual aid things that they were doing. And in 2026, we're trying to say we need to bring that back, the mutual aid. But bringing it back means organizing those people that you're giving this aid to, bringing them in, getting them to understand that you're doing this to be able to reach them. So together we can work, to benefit all of us, to benefit the whole community. Yeah, and it is important, and I want to highlight that. So hopefully maybe next week y'all can figure out how to put the camera on, because I want people to see what you're doing. I want to cut this up, and I want to put it out there. I want to promote you. I want to promote everything that we're all doing in all our communities, because people don't know we exist, that people are out there that genuinely care for other human beings. So if you could get your camera to work this week, we do this every Sunday the same time. I'll come out there. I throw it out to you, and you could just pan around and tell us what you're doing and whatever you want to tell us.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, next week what we'll do is because we live far away from Portland, so we're driving right now, but next week we'll set up earlier so that we have it set up when this is happening, and we'll have the camera so that you all see.
All power to the people. Hey,
all power to the people.
Yeah, continue to listen and drive safe. I'm about to go back to the recording.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Hey, General
all power to the people.
All power to the people.
General Secretary, what's up with your?
I'm coming now. I'm about to.
Yeah, you about to get fired, yo.
Yeah, I think I gotta get myself what you call it?
A what?
Host. I gotta become host.
All right, well, I'm about to play. You do what you gotta do.
No, I'm the presenter now.
Oh, all right. Well, play the audio then.
Okay. I can't play the audio. I'm about to show some. All right, I'm about to show you some images that we wanted to show while the audio was playing, but we had some technical difficulties. So right now I'm going to show you a few statistics that they were talking about earlier in the chapter regarding the different lodges and masons we have and what these societies, the amount of money they have and the people they serve. So, for example, in 1848, there were 106 societies. 76 of those societies had most of the membership, which was 5. Anyway, can everybody see what I'm showing on the screen? It's a Excel spreadsheet.
Enlarge it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see it.
Is that good for you, Chairman?
That's good.
All right. So as you can see, 1848, 76 of these societies had over 5,000 membership. The contributions they were receiving were 25 cents to 37.5 cents weekly from their membership. In today's amount, it would be $9.50 to $15 a week. They paid out in sick benefits $1.50 to $3 a week. In today's, that would be $57 to $120. Death benefits $10 to $20. That's $400 to $800 a day. Their total income were over $16,000. In today's numbers would be $655, and they assisted over about 681 families.
Now stay right there. Go back. Go back.
Let me go back.
Yeah, enlarge it. Because look, contributions, like right here, like you see it, the contributions and the dues that they paid to enable this mutual aid societies to be able to thrive. Like most people think everybody's corrupt, everybody's trying to scam them. Hey, look, the same way how you pay insurance, car note, that you pay all of these things. Back then, in 1800s, early 1800s, 17, whatever, people understood that they needed to come up with these societies to be able to benefit each other. They understood the beast that they were dealing with, that this government, that none of these people were going to do anything for them. So they came up with the societies, and it was usually close friends, family members, people that knew each other. You see, in 2026, what we're trying to do is have an entire community. An entire community, wherever your ward, your town, wherever you live at. Organizing those spaces to get people to understand this is how you keep from being gentrified. They're always going to try to gentrify us. They're always going to try to raise the rent. Every year, they're going to be raising the rents on us. Our jobs are not going to be paying us more. And we need to understand, like, we have to pay these dues. Like, they were paying what? So it would be like $9. So it's 350,000 people in Newark that live in Newark, New Jersey. 350,000, around there, a little bit more. If you could get people to start paying dues, $9, whatever, however they're paying, for us to build institutions, to build things here that will be able to help us, we could do that. I mean, the argument is for some people who say, I'm already paying taxes, my taxes are supposed to be doing this. They're not. Your taxes ain't going to do it. They're never going to do it. You could pay these people for the rest of your life, the rest of your children's life. They're not going to give you good health care. They're not going to give you nothing. They're going to be trying to take it from you. So you need to come to the realization that we have to organize outside of these institutions. Go ahead, General Secretary.
Okay. And then I just want to give you, I think they was talking about the Odd Fellows, the different, because the Odd Fellows was a major one of those societies, and I want to show you all this stuff they had entailed with it. So this is the Odd Fellows Lodge, and according to the text, they were a major beneficial society. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of like a small print.
You gotta enlarge it. Still can't see it. I want to see the names at least.
All right, I'll read the names. The name of these different societies is, we got Unity, Good Samaritan, Fraternal, Phoenix, Covenant, Friendship, Carthaginian, Mount Olive, Good Hope, Mount Lebanon, Equity, St. Albans, Keystone, Gideon, Beth Eden, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, John Rose, and Quaker City. What I did notice about all these, none of these are like, I guess, Afrocentric or connected to black people, or these are all like white beneficial things, societies that they adopted.
But name the what did they do? What did those organizations provide to the community?
death benefits, sick benefits. They help the widows, orphans. Yeah, that's all the services they have listed after of them. They help buried orphans, help bury the widows, to provide relief to the widows, death benefits, sick benefits to members. Yeah. So if you're a part of these societies, you will get these services. If you're not, you're pretty much asked out. So so it looks like you have to have some kind of money to pay into these societies so you can get the benefits from these societies.
Yeah, that's a great point you just made. Because look, we have to understand these secret societies were not societies that were by and large helping the masses of the people. These were the intellectuals, the people that had the well-to-do people in the community. They came together and they did these things. They put these institutions in place to aid them. We are saying, because the people have never held power. I mean, if you know any society where the people, the masses of the people, have held power, show me. I'm a historian by trade and a sociologist. I know no society where the masses of the people have ever held power. We are coming at this as people power from the bottom. That's where we're coming from. Nobody's giving us anything. Nobody's handing us anything. We're down here at the bottom, and we're organizing the people on the bottom to do for themselves. And if we want to do that, we have to take these disciplines. We have to pay these dues. We have to have these meetings. We have to talk about issues that are pertaining to our communities and come up with solutions how to solve them. That's what organizing is. Go ahead, put the audio back on. You think you got it?
Mm-hmm.
No, we're going back to the thing.
Right, I heard you.
Estimate of their economic activity is liable to considerable error. However, from general observation in the available figures, it seems fairly certain that at least 4,000 Negroes belong to the secret orders, and that these orders are annually collect at least $25,000, part of which is paid out in sick and death benefits and part invested. The real estate, personal property, and funds of these orders amount to no less than $125,000. The function of the secret society is partly social intercourse and partly insurance. They furnish pastime from the monotony of work, a field for ambition and intrigue, a chance for parade, and insurance against misfortune. Next to the church, they are the most.
You listening to what they're saying, that these secret societies did? So when you say you're organizing, you're an organizer. You have an organization, and you're trying to put that in the community. You got to create these different things in the community. For leisure, you got to find ways to bring the people together. How are you going to bring them together? How are they going to come together to talk, to congregate? All these things you have to put in your organization to be able to reach the people. Not be above them, speaking down to the people, but you're in there, boots on the ground, working with the people in the community.
Popular organizations among Negroes. Of the beneficial societies, we have already spoken in general. A detailed account of a few of the larger and more typical organizations will now suffice. The Quaker City Association is a sick and death benefit society, 7 years old, which confines its membership to native Philadelphians. It has 280 members and distributes $1,400 to $1,500 annually.
You listen to each of these organizations. They only work for a specific group of people. They're not serving the whole community at large, the entire community. They're not trying to organize everybody in the community. All of these different secret societies are like focusing on a small group of people. That's not what we're doing here. Whether you're in Portland, Maine, whether you're in Newark, New Jersey, whether you're in Philadelphia, whether you're in Detroit, wherever you are, we're all supposed to be working together to serve the entire community. When we talk about people power, that's what we're talking about. Not trying to segregate out on who we're going to work with. Don't worry. There's going to be a lot of people you can't work with. A lot of counter-revolutionary people that are not going to join what you're doing, that are not going to want to be part of what you're doing. There's going to be a lot of those. But by and large, we are supposed to cast a wide net and find people that are interested or already where we at or already further along than we are, and to work with those people. Not everybody. You're not going to work with everybody. There's some people that are married to this system, that make their money, that survive, that see the way things are as the only way they can ever be. There's nothing you can say to that person. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about them.
Sons and Daughters of Delaware is over 50 years old. It has 106 members and owns $3,000 worth of real estate. The Fraternal Association was founded in 1861. It has 86 members and distributes about $300 a year. It was formed for the purpose of relieving the wants and distresses of each other in the time of affliction and death, and for the furtherance of such benevolent views and objects as would tend to establish and maintain a permanent and friendly intercourse among them in their social relations in life. The Sons of St. Thomas was founded in 1823 and was originally confined to members of St. Thomas Church. It was formerly a large organization, but now has 80 members and paid out in 1896 $416 in relief. It has $1,500 invested in government bonds. In addition to these, there is the Old Men's Association, the Female Cox Association, the Sons and Daughters of Moses, and a large number of other small societies. There is arising also a considerable number of assurance societies, differing from the beneficial in being conducted by directors. The best of these are the Crucifixion, connected with the Church of the Crucifixion, and the Avery, connected with the Wesley AMEZ Church. Both have a large membership and are well conducted. Nearly every church is beginning to organize one or more such societies, some of which in times past have met disaster by bad management. The True Reformers of Virginia, the most remarkable Negro beneficial organization yet started, has several branches here. Besides these, there are numberless minor societies as the Alpha Relief, Knights and Ladies of St. Paul, the National Cooperative Society, Colored Women's Protective Association, Loyal, Beneficial, etc. Some of these are honest efforts, and some are swindling imitation of the pernicious white petty insurance societies. There are 3 building and loan associations conducted by Negroes. Some of the directors in one are white, all the others are colored. The oldest association is the Century, established October 26, 1886. Its board of directors is composed of teachers, upholsterers, clerks, restaurant keepers, and undertakers, and it has had market success. Its income for 1897 was about $7,000. It has $25,000 in loan outstanding. The Berrien Building and Loan Association was established in 1888 in connection with Berrien Presbyterian Church. 13 of the 19 officers and directors are colored. Its income for 1896 is nearly $30,000, and it had $60,000 in loans. 43 homes have been bought through this association. The Pioneer Association is composed entirely of Negroes, the directors being caterers, merchants, and upholsterers. It was founded in 1888 and has an office on Pine Street. Its receipts in 1897 were $9,000, and it had about $20,000 in loans. 9 homes are at present being bought in this association. There are arising some loan associations to replace the pawn shops and usurers to some extent. The Small Loan Association, for instance, was founded in 1891 and has the following report for 1898. This account has attempted to touch only the chief and characteristic organizations and makes no pretensions to completeness. It shows, however, how intimately bound together the Negroes of Philadelphia are. These associations are largely experiments, and as such are continually reaching out to new fields. The latest ventures are toward labor unions, cooperative stores, and newspapers. There are the following labor unions, among others: the Caterers Club, the Private Waiters Association, the Coachmen's Association, the Hotel Brotherhood of Waiters, the Cigar Makers Union, white and colored, the Hod Carriers Union, the Barbers Union, etc. Of the Caterers Club, we have already heard. The Private Waiters Association is an old beneficial order with well-to-do members. The private waiter is really skilled workmen of high order and used to be well paid. Next to the Guild of Caterers, he ranked as high as any class of Negro workmen before the war. Indeed, the caterer was but a private waiter, further developed. Consequently, this labor union is still jealous and exclusive and contains some members long retired from active work. The Coachmen's Association is a similar society. Both these organizations have a considerable membership and make sick and death benefits and social gatherings a feature. The Hotel Brotherhood is a new society of hotel waiters and is conducted by young men on the lines of the regular trades unions, with which it is more or less affiliated in many cities. It has some relief features and considerable social life. It strives to open and keep open work for colored waiters and often arranges to divide territory with whites or to prevent one set from supplanting the other. The Cigar Makers Union is a regular trades union with both white and Negro members. It is the only union in Philadelphia where Negroes are largely represented. No friction is apparent. The Hod Carriers Union is large and of considerable age, but does not seem to be very active. A League of Colored Mechanics was formed in 1897, but did not accomplish anything. There was, before the war, a league of this sort which flourished, and there undoubtedly will be attempts of this sort in the future until a union is effected. The two cooperative grocery stores and catering supply store have been mentioned. There was a dubious attempt in 1896 to organize a cooperative tinware store, which has not yet been successful. With all this effort and movement, it is natural that the Negro should want some means of communication. This they have in the following periodicals conducted only by Negroes. AME Church Review, quarterly, about 9 Christian Recorder, 8-page weekly newspaper. Both these are organs of the AME Church. It's Christian Banner, 4-page weekly newspaper, organ of the Baptist. Odd Fellows Journal, 8-page weekly newspaper, organ of Odd Fellow.
What happened?
Somebody got to cut their mic, they mute themselves. But what they're talking about right here about the different newspapers to get the information out, what they were doing in different communities or what different organizations was doing. Our social media presence, what you post on social media, what you put on these spaces, speak about what your organization is doing. Like you just saw me say I saw the comrades doing mutual aid. I saw that on social media. You can use social media to reach 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 people. I mean, that's what all those publications were supposed to be for. I mean, to be able to reach the people and tell them what was going on, what they were doing. We can do that now. In 2026, we can do that. We can even do that on a better level. I mean, like, I was just scrolling. I was doing whatever I was doing, and I'm scrolling, and I saw what they were doing out there. I shared it, and I was like, I sent them a message and told them pull up on the show. I mean, I'm going to try to reach out for us to build a better connection, but your social media space is vital to get the message out, because if nobody know what you're doing, it didn't happen. Keeping it a buck. I ain't hear that tree falling on woods.
Weekly Tribune, 8-page weekly newspaper, 17 years established. The Astonisher, 8-page weekly newspaper, Germantown. The Standard Echo, 4-page weekly newspaper, since suspended. The Tribune is the chief news sheet and is filled generally with social notes of all kinds and news of movements among Negroes over the country. Its editorials are usually of little value, chiefly because it does not employ a responsible editor. It is in many ways, however, an interesting paper and represents pluck and perseverance on the part of its publisher. The Astonisher and Standard Echo are news sheets. The first is bright but crude. The Recorder, Banner, and Journal are chiefly filled with columns of heavy church and lodge news. The Review has had an interesting history and is probably the best Negro periodical of the sort published. It is often weighted down by the requirements of church politics and compelled to publish some trash written by aspiring candidates for office. But with all this, it has much solid matter and indicates the trend of thought among Negroes to some extent. It has greatly improved in the last few years. Many Negro newspapers from other cities circulate here and widen the feeling of community among the colored people of the city. One other kind of organization has not yet been mentioned, the political clubs, of which there are probably 50 in the city. They will be considered in another chapter.
Yes, they will. We're going to talk about them next week. I think we're going to talk about them next week. But that's it for this week of the Philadelphia Negro. I mean, you see what they're talking about. These books are really not that complicated. They're not scary to read. You can understand them if you pay attention. I mean, but I'm about to go on to what we're talking about this week. Let me see. In the work we do, even they out there, the comrades were just talking about doing the mutual aid. Even if you're doing mutual aid, you're out there just trying to help feed people, trying to help people, there are going to be people that's on the other side that don't want you to do that. It shows them up. They really don't care about the people. You're going to make enemies for doing the right thing. And there's always a price that comes with that. And everybody, if you want to go into activism, you want to be a revolutionary, you want to change the material conditions outside, you have to understand what you're stepping into. I mean, I'm about to play this video of Malcolm X real quick.
I was right or wrong. So my life is an outlaw all along. Remain strong in this planet full of player haters. They conversate with death row full of demonstrators. And in the end, drinking hits and it made all my enemies envy me. It's cold when I'm throwing the enemies of these. Want to the east, they plead for their right to bleed. Begging me to keep the peace. Well, I can see closer to achieve. In times of danger, I'm free. Time to be a chief. Follow my lead.
No, I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believes that I died 20 years ago. And I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything. I hate to say that we were kidnapped and brought here. I hate to say that we were terminated, segregated. Not teaching hate, he's teaching excellence.
Yeah, but what is he talking about? Jim Crow, segregation. Like, when you go inside this work and you're trying to serve the people, you're trying to work for the people, don't fantasize what you're doing. You're actually working counterculture. You're going to make enemies. Expect them to come after you. Whenever you listen to these leaders, they tell you that they're not afraid of dying. See, because they understand the consequences of what they're trying to do, what they're trying to achieve. There are powerful forces that are standing on the other side fighting against everything that you're trying to do. And if you don't understand that, you don't accept that, you're being naive. This is a conversation just now that I think we need to have. This is a conversation we need to have in our communities. We need to really understand what our purpose is. Why are we doing what we're doing? This week, Jesse Jackson died. And people are coming out, the media, everywhere you look, they're talking about how great he was, how he was this, he was that. These are people for us to model. I'm about to play a video for you to listen to him and understand what his strategy, what his purpose was. And then Farrakhan is going to come after him and is going to speak after him. But I need you to hear, because I can say all day. I can tell you all day how I feel about Jesse Jackson. But I need you to hear it for yourself. And remember, this show, we talking about organizing. Du Bois was talking about organizing. What are you organizing towards? What are we organizing towards? I want you to listen to Jesse and see if you could tell me, because after this, I need you to tell me, what was he organizing towards? And what are we organizing towards?
Know that in our analysis of it, we don't conclude that we ain't winning. We're winning. There's going to be an election in South Africa a few months from now because we winning. There was a Middle East agreement signed on the White House lawn last Monday because we got the scars in our bodies. We're winning. We came here 30 years ago for the March on Washington. From Texas across to Florida up to Virginia, we couldn't use a single public toilet. We could not use a single hotel. We couldn't drink water from a single fountain. Have been in vain and not productive.
The scripture teaches.
Anybody want to say something real quick? Anybody want to tell me what Jesse Jackson, what his whole purpose was? What is winning to Jesse Jackson? Anybody? Don't rush. Anybody want to go ahead and say something? We got people here.
Yeah.
Who that? Who yeah?
See Isaiah.
Isaiah, talk to me. What was Jesse Jackson? What was he talking about?
I think he was talking about doing the work no matter what's stopping you, like not even being able to use a public toilet and coming to get your what's yours. That's it's just a perseverance aspect, I think.
So the struggle, when we struggling, like let's say we all in the organization, are we organizing? Are we working towards using bathroom with other people?
No.
No, I'm saying, keeping it a buck. Is that what Malcolm died for? Is that what King died for? I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna let him spit.
South Africa a few months from now, because we winning.
So he said,
at least agreement signed on the White.
Right here. What do we?
There's going to be an election in South Africa.
There's gonna be an election in South Africa. I think that this had to be like the mid-90s. This after I think Nelson Mandela. They finally freed Nelson Mandela outside of the torture chambers that they had him in. They let him go, and now they're going to have elections in South Africa to have a new president. I think that's what he's talking about. And he's saying we're winning because they're going to have the elections over there. How is South Africa now? Are the people in South Africa free? Are the masses of people in South Africa free? Is it different now from back then, from in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s? Is there no more segregation? Is everybody free? Because remember, this is in the mid-90s. So this would be Jesse Jackson's argument. To where are we? Now think back in the mid-90s. Where was black people then? Where were we then in the fight? Where were we? What was going on in the black community? Were we thriving? Was the black community thriving? Were we winning? But Jesse's saying we're winning. And we're winning because there's about to be an election. There's about to be an election in South Africa. That election, I believe, was Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela came in. We're in 2026. We have time now to go back and evaluate. When Nelson Mandela came in, did that change people's lives? Did it change the condition of the people there? Those are the questions we got to ask ourselves. Does anybody think the people, I don't know, because y'all probably didn't look into it. So I don't want to just ask people questions they never looked into. I mean, but the conditions in South Africa have not really changed. The people still catching hell down there. In fact, Trump brought the president over here and straight embarrassed him in the White House. Well, embarrassed himself. I mean, but what else you say? What else you say we doing that we winning? What else?
A few months from now, because we winning. There was a Middle East agreement signed on the White House lawn.
There was a Middle East agreement signed on the White House lawn. I think that may have been Yasser Arafat when he went out there. I'm not sure if that's Yasser Arafat he's talking about. I mean, but there was an agreement signed. How is the Middle East right now? Remember, this is like in the mid-90s. This is what Jesse Jackson is saying, well, we are winning. We are winning. There's a peace agreement signed on the White House lawn. What do we know about the agreements that they signed, that imperialists signed? So how is the Middle East right now? We are all sitting here today. We're waiting to see if Trump is going to bomb Iran. There's still a genocide there. The Palestinian people still catching hell. They're still being rained on by bombs made in America. Where we winning at, Jesse? So far you say South Africa, you say the Middle East. Where else you going to go, Jesse?
Last Monday, because we got the scars in our bodies. We're winning. When we came here 30 years ago for the March on Washington.
They got the scars on their body. They're winning. Malcolm is dead. King is dead. George Jackson is dead. Fred Hampton is dead. They don't have scars. They got their lives taken away. While people like Jesse, we're propped up. We're propped up. Run for office, run for president, go all around the country. Propped up, being financed by the same people that's exploiting all of us now. We're winning. Jesse saying we're winning. Who is the we he's talking about? Go ahead and finish up, Jesse. We winning, Jesse.
From Texas across to Florida up to Virginia, we couldn't use a single public toilet. We could not use a single hotel. We couldn't drink water from a single fountain. Have been in vain and not productive.
So he said when they were doing the march in Washington, marching down to go to Washington, stand between two white men, whatever Malcolm said, begging them, going out there begging. What are you marching for? You're going out there begging imperialism to give you reforms. And when he said when they went out there to go march and ask for those reforms, they couldn't use the bathroom. They couldn't use the restaurants. Because you didn't build no bathrooms and restaurants to use. You didn't organize the community and the people in the community to build restaurants to use. Yo, if I go to Portland, Maine, I bet you I know where I'm staying at. If I get up right now, is Jeremy here? Jeremy Baker? Jeremy Baker, where you at?
I am right here.
But where are you at? Where you at in America?
Pennsylvania.
If I go to Pennsylvania, I got a place to stay, Jeremy?
Absolutely.
Hey, Jessa, you there, Jessa?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Where you at, Jessa?
I'm in Baltimore.
If I go to Baltimore, I got a place to stay, Jessa?
Of course.
Here we go. Now I'm gonna go somewhere.
Come to Vermont. Let's go.
You say what?
Come to Vermont. Let's get it.
Yeah. Yo, thank you. Yo, I'm trying to illustrate a point here. If you organize the people in those communities, from driving up from Texas, wherever you're driving up to, and you have organized those communities for you to be able to go in those communities and serve those communities, those people will open up their doors for you to come in there and stay. And the food in those homes will be better than what you get at a restaurant. But that's not what you was doing, Jesse. Jesse, you was trying to help those in power maintain institutions that oppress everybody. That is what your job and your life work was, Jesse. We didn't win with that. I didn't win. You won. Your family won. You got nice health care. You was able to live it to your 80s. You ate good. You dressed good. You ain't with me. I didn't win. I went to the worst schools. I went to prison. Had the worst jobs. Drank lead poison water, Jesse. That's what I did. That's what happened to me. Being brutalized by the police. I got the scars on my body from the police. I got a scar on my face. I got a scar on my leg from when the police took his boots and stomped on my leg. I got the scars. We got the scars. You don't have no scars, Jesse. Or a bullet. Go ahead, tell us more. But I think Jesse done. And now, what's his name about to come on and say something? Farrakhan about to say something. Watch his critique.
The scripture teaches, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
See, I don't go by the scripture. We go by Maoism. We go by Marxism. We go by Leninism. These are people that fought imperialism. That's what we go by. If you want to get all nationalistic, you want to get racial about it, yes, we read Fanon. Yes, we study and read Huey P. Newton, because Huey did right. And when we say intercommunalism, that comes from Huey P. Newton. Huey P. Newton said there are no more nation states. In other words, these states that we live in, that we say we are American, I'm this, I'm that, these states don't give a damn about you. There's no nation there. It is all corporations and companies that have nothing to do with you. In fact, the companies are now human beings. They're more of a human being than you. And Huey P. Newton was saying, there are no more nation states. There's no state here that cares about you, the people. We need to create intercommunalism, where we work together from community to community. That's why I could read down the list and ask Baker and ask Jessa and ask different people here, if I stopped over there, would you have a place for me to stay? Because we're building intercommunalism. We're doing the work. The work that our ancestors, our luminaries laid here for us to do. Mao said go into the fields, go into the rice paddies, into the hoods, into the ghettos, and organize those people into whatever. But he said go into those places and organize those people. That's what we're doing. And then when you go in those spaces, you're going to be welcome in those spaces. Appalachia, go in all of these places and organize. I'll go. If there's an organization, a white lion party, a black lion, whatever lion they got there, whatever panther they got there, if they're trying to change the conditions in their community, I'll pull up. Because we're here to serve the people. It's not about race. It's not about gender. It's not about none of that goofy stuff. None of that stuff these bozos be trying to separate us with. I like that word, bozo. I heard Papa use that word a couple of days ago, and I'm like, I kind of like it. That's why I'm going to start calling them bozos. But let's listen to Farrakhan, because everything we doing is not off religion. It's off science, dialectic materialism. We understand these people are our enemies, and this is how we defeat them.
And it is ignorance that is the worst enemy of the rise of our people to fulfill our destiny. Of the rise of our people to fulfill our destiny.
Ignorance, because we have no institutions, because we have no institutional memory. Institutions is how you control how people think. Schools. That's why there's schools everywhere. These people have erected institutions. What's the first thing they say when they run for election? Early start. They have erected institutions everywhere to be able to control how our people think, or how the people think. We need to create our own institutions, build our own institutions, so a generation from now, they don't forget and they starting from scratch. They got to go back and read books from 200 years ago to be able to understand the reality they're in. No. Our time, us, we put the institutions in the communities to stop that. So we're not working. Yo, these billionaires, millionaires, all these people, yo, this money is not new. They got this money from hundreds of years of oppressing people. They just inherited this money. This is not new money. The problem is we don't have hundreds of years of us, the people, organizing and having institutions in place to be able to remind our children who their enemy is, who they're fighting against, so they don't get no rapper, no singer, no actor, no whatever, no politician coming out here bamboozling, hoodwinking them, throwing the banana in the tailpipe, and they running around here talking about some we ADOS, we FBA, we this, we that. Just acting weird.
That ignorance is fed on by corrupt leadership. Now, the scripture again says, woe to the shepherds who feed themselves and not the flock. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? Most of our leaders are handpicked by the very enemy that we're trying to get free from. It's all right for us to say we have a voting rights bill and a public accommodations bill, and all of us, including myself, have benefited from those bills. But to get a public accommodations bill and a voting rights bill and then close black hotels because we sleep in white ones, or close black establishments so that we can spend our money with our oppressor, the prize. Because now you can sit in boardrooms and be media folk now. Because little black people marched in the streets and suffered and went to jail to make openings for those of us who sit in leadership. Now we've got to unite at the top and develop strategies to free our people. Otherwise, we will be saying we're winning, but the masses keep losing.
And right there, I don't want you to organize at the top to do nothing for me. This is where we stop this right here. We cannot expect these class traders, to do anything for us. They will talk like this. They will wax poetically about our suffering while they continue to live in mansions. And we're out here harassed by the police, shot down by the police, gunned down by the police, gentrified, moved out of our communities, thrown into the streets. And the same politicians, the same crooked police are all in their organizations. They're all in relationships with these people. So we don't need nothing from this leadership no more. We don't want nothing from this rich people. Whatever. Stay where you at. Stay where you at. I'm not here hunting down people, rich people, to do anything for me. I don't even trust them. I trust Jessa before I trust any rich person. I trust Jeremy before I trust where's she at? Karima. Before I trust anybody. Because these are people that I see, that I've been seeing, doing this, what they say they're about. Not telling me one thing and then doing something else. Everybody else is suffering, but you good. These people are living long lives. I can go off. I could just start rattling the names of all the people that I grew up with that didn't even make it to 25. That didn't even make it to 30. In these communities that we live in. Gunned down, hunted down. I know children my son's age now that are being hunted down, thrown inside these modern day torture camps, slave camps, because that's what jails are. There's no judicial system in America. There's no justice here. You see, this is where we are at. As Panthers, we have come to recognize there's no justice system here. There's nobody to negotiate with. We are still slaves. We are not free. And if we want to free ourselves, we have to come up with a whole new strategy. We're not trying to assimilate into this.
Mic check.
Mic check, mic check. Go ahead.
CEO talking, brother. First of all, thank you for your oratory and gentle patience. And I would just like to let the listening audience, as well as you know, Chairman Africa, because you don't call me as much as you should, brother. But earlier this week, Brother Marcus, who has a show up here, we organized and we put a group together where we're going to start going into the city right here in Newark. It's called the Newark Group. And what we're going to do is we're going to invest in land, meaning that we're going to grow food in the communities. Now, back in the day, Chairman, I had a store on Astor Street right next to the, I don't think it's open, the firehouse. But right next to it now it's empty. I called the city last week and it's up for sale. So what we all are going to do is invest. In fact, Brother Ed from South Carolina, who also has a show on this network, he's willing to invest all the way from South Carolina where we can all benefit from this and feed the community. So with your permission, I'm going to bring Brother Marcus in so he can give you the spearhead, because I told the brother I want to join what he's doing, and 3 other people who come in on a routine basis on the different shows. Brother Joffrey, Sister Latoya, they said they wanted to invest, and they don't even live in the city of Newark, but they want to invest in the communities. Then we're going to outreach like you're talking about over here. So everybody's like a team. You know, as you well know, you got point guard, you got the forward, you got the center. We're trying to do our best and partner with you. So once we get up and going, we can let you know where we're at, and the community can fit. And you come out here and you can put some apples and oranges in the basket or whatever is seasonal for the area, so we can feed the community. But I'm going to invite the brother up with your permission next week, and he can tell you what we can do, and we can partner and start feeding the community, because we're going to have to start growing our own food, brother. And I'll rest on that point.
All power to the people. Yo, what a pleasant surprise. What a pleasant surprise. Yo, and whatever you need, I'm going to call you this week. And you know what? It is my fault. I'm supposed to be sitting at your foot for you to advise me on everything I'm doing. But we be doing so much just going around, I'm not focused on what I'm really supposed to be doing. Yo, I'm going to reach out to you this week. I'm coming to see you this week after the snowstorm. And we're going to sit down.
You know where I'm at, brother. And also, I would recommend to everybody, brother, because I heard there was a guy named William Peppers who wrote about Jesse Jackson and the whole movement, and Dr. King, how at the last minute, Dr. King's room, remember, he was downstairs. Somebody moved his room, and he was put in a room where the marksman, who was part of the Memphis Police Department, got a clear shot, along with the military, because some Cuban people were part of the assassination detail. They were on top of the roofs, just in case that Memphis police officer, who was the sharpshooter for their police department at the time, missed King. And remember, they said the white shirt. And if you remember, Jesse Jackson at the time, he said, was in the basement, and when he heard the shots, he ran from downstairs, upstairs. And remember that picture I remember seeing where he was pointing. Now, how do you know where the shot came from if you were downstairs? All right? See, there's a lot of, when Jesse died, I really, I'm an intuitive person, and I listen, and we played Brother Malcolm last night because, it was the anniversary of his assassination. All right, Brother Rashad played it for me, Message to the Grassroots. But long story short, and then the guy also tells in the book where he did some reporting that there was where Oswald, who's the lone shooter, which we know better, he was incarcerated, all right, and then they made plans for him to escape. I'm talking about the warden, and this guy said his father was a gangster. He went in with envelopes to the warden where they were paying people off, and the gentleman said he remembers seeing as a kid Jesse Jackson's name on one of those envelopes, along with some of those other reverends that surrounded him. I'm going to rest on this last point. And I'm not saying, listen, this is what's being put out there. I wasn't there. I wasn't the fly on the wall to know for sure. I'm just telling you what was put out there. There was a gentleman, y'all could look it up. His name is Reverend Perry, all right? And this point was brought up on one of the shows earlier. 7, 8 years ago, Cham, you know where Diamond Jim is up there on Maple. When I was up there training, Brother Rick brought this phone up. He said, Brother Nance, I want you to look at this. I said, what's up? So there was a Reverend Perry, and he was talking, unfortunately, how Dr. King got killed. But then out of his mouth, it just like flipped. He said, yes, and we had to move to the right so he can get a clear shot. I don't know if you ever watched that, brother. They might have took it off of YouTube now. But I said, wait a minute, play that back, Rick. And he played it back. And the guy, maybe by the hand of the Most High, was telling on himself about what they knew. But then again, that's nothing new. Malcolm had William Roberts, who was with the New York Police Department. Everything except Fred Hampton with the Chicago Police. One of his main people is a security detail with the Chicago Police. This is what they do. They infiltrate. And I believe this, brother, and I'm not by any means, because I grew up here in the city of Newark. I knew all the gangsters, the tough guys back in the Dukers AC. I know all them guys, man. Something just told me, let them stay over here. I'm staying over here and having a little fun, because a lot of them brothers ain't around today. But I'm not a tough guy whatsoever, all right, but I stand my ground. And if anybody, brother, with the hard work, you and Sister Patience and all of your other comrades in the different states that are chiming in, the brother from Baltimore, the sister up there in Vermont, the other brother, if anybody betrays the hard work that we're trying to do for the community, well, somebody might say, hey, where's Larry? Or where's Susie? We haven't seen Susie or Larry in a while, or Sharon, or where they at? Where they ought to go missing? Because we can't stand to have traitors when we're trying to benefit the will of the people, because it's bad enough that we got to work in our communities. And like you said, brother, some people you ain't going to be able to reach, man. You got to leave them over there. But it's like that. We have to set the example in the community. And I rest. Thank you, brother.
All power to the people. All power to the people. Like I said, a pleasant surprise. No, but everything you said is spot on. And everybody that's listening, all around the country, all around the world, everybody that's listening, yo, this space, for us to be able to sit here and talk to you, this space was provided by the CEO, the brother that you just heard. I mean, it's people that's working, that's doing a lot of work to try to serve our communities, but we are all not connected. And that's what this space is for. Grown folks talking, express yourself. This is grown folk business we doing here. Somebody was trying to say something? All right, let me finish out with Farrakhan real quick.
If the man keep losing, and we can't be winning unless our agenda is personal. We're looking for self-aggrandizement. But if we're looking for the liberation, if we want the liberation of our people, ain't none of us winning until all of us become winners. Yeah. Close black establishments so that we can spend our money with our oppressor is not winning. Reverend Jackson, I submit. Wait. On one hand, we are winning, because every one of these brilliant congresspersons, they represent us. They are brilliant men and women. These are brilliant people in.
They're not brilliant. They're not representing us. This was in the 90s. We're in 2026. They did not represent us. They didn't represent us with the crime bill. They didn't represent us still in our homes. Remember everybody lost their homes in the early, late 2000s? People losing their homes. Police shooting people. Wages never going up. Schools, air, water. Yo, the politicians did absolutely nothing. And when you focus in on the black politician, they did absolutely nothing. Negative 10,020. Nothing. These people, we cannot look to these people to do anything for us. These are all class traitors. Let me finish out what he's saying. But those people are not leaders. Those politicians, those Congress people, those people in the journalists that work for all these corporations, they're not our leaders, nothing. Yo, you don't hear them talking like this. You don't hear them giving out their marching orders for people to do for themselves in the community. No journalist you're going to hear talking like that. They're all there to maintain institutions of white supremacy. So when you talk to them, when you listen to their shows, they're telling you how to vote for these candidates. They're not talking about mutual aid. None of them. None of them. Not the politicians. None of them. They're telling you who to go vote for you to make a millionaire. None of these people are our leaders. None of them.
None of us. But what good does it do to have a brilliant head not connected to a black body?
Well, that's Maxine Waters. She's still there. She's still there. She's been eating since the 90s in government. Excuse me. While we suffered. While it's people in the streets. Yo, when this show is over, I got to get up. It's snowing outside. I got to get in my car. I got to go check this apartment out because there's a mother, one of the mothers that sent her son to our program. Yo, she lost her place to stay. She had nowhere to stay during this week. She called me and told me to bring the boy after the after-school program to bring him to the storage facility because her stuff was in storage. And I was asking myself, are they going to be staying in that storage facility? With people like Maxine Waters, all these people with the plastic surgery, with the millions of dollars in their bank account, and this is how our people are living out here. So when we finish with the show, I got to go get in the car, go open up the apartment, go look in there to see if it's good enough for her to go there for her to rent it. And we're going to make sure, for at least for the year right here, that she pays that rent. Because we don't know what's going to happen. She has a job, but the person that we asked for her to get the place, we can't mess up our connection with him. So we're going to make sure that rent is paid. If she doesn't have it, we have to make sure the rent is paid. So next time when somebody else is homeless, we can be able to reach out and call for somebody to have space. This is the work we do in the community. We're not here doing nothing. We're not harming nobody. Don't nobody pay you for this. There's no paycheck coming nowhere. So when people say Black Panther this, yo, you shouldn't be a Black Panther. Why you a Black Panther? Yeah, people, this ain't cool. Ain't nobody running out here talking about, yeah, I want to mess with you because you're a Black Panther. That ain't how this work out here. The reason why we say we Panthers is because of the philosophy that teaches us to serve the people. And serving the people is how we liberate ourselves. Basic. That's why we Panthers. And none of these people up here are our leaders. We can't trust none of these people. Religious, politician. The boy just told you about the religious folks. We can't trust none of these people. Let them finish out, because I want to show you why we can't trust them.
I submit that until and unless we as a mass connect with the Congressional Black Caucus and our black leaders connect to the black masses and don't take your eye off the prize, because now you can sit in boardrooms and...
Yo, we cannot connect. Yo, if the masses of the people connect with the people in Congress, you are basically connecting to maintain the status quo, to maintain the power balance. If we connect with those traitors in the government, we don't need to connect with them. All we simply need to do is organize the people to walk away from them, to stop following them, to stop expecting anything from them. That is our duty as revolutionaries, because that's the first stage. The first stage in doing anything is stopping the brainwashing, stopping the socialization. And you do that by building institutions that are going to produce the minds that you desire. This is basic. I learned this shit from taking sociology, from going to school for sociology. I didn't go to school to be rich. I went to school to understand how you transform society. So I walked up in that school every day, paid my money, went in there, went to the school, and they said you got to build your own institutions. After reading all them books, reading, what's his name, Du Bois, Weber, whatever their name is, all these people. After reading all of that, my analysis is build your own institutions. That's how you control how people think. That's the first step in anything. Because if, like, after you die, then what happened? Everything you've done is just gone. But institutions live on after we are dead and gone. I mean, so that, yeah, so don't connect with them people. Nah, ain't no need to connect with them. You connect with them, you just die. Like, let me see. General Secretary, come here for a second. Connect with them people. We just setting ourselves up for failure. You connect with them people. These are the people you connecting with. And if you on audio, you can hear. They're showing a video of the Obamas, Democrats, Republicans, Trump, all of them. Epstein, celebrities, corporations, all these people together that work together to exploit us. I'm about to play it. No, I'm good. I'm about to play the video. That's the whole system, the people. These, like, when they say they, when we say imperialism, this is what we're talking about. Pharmaceutical companies, politicians, corporations, all of these people, these are who you're fighting with. Those are the ones that are demanding you don't make enough for you to survive, that you got to go work 2-3 jobs. The Epstein files open up. You can read in the files where they're controlling governments, controlling policies where they're not even from. That's what the Epstein files is exposing. And if you feel like, nah, man, I shouldn't look into this file, nah, they're talking about all this stuff. Yo, you want to know what this country, what globalism is really about? You need to read them files. Read them eating people, celebrities eating children, because they think that's going to keep them young. Read it. Read how they're paying off presidents, paying off whole governments to steal natural resources, to kill and murder, making money off war. Read it. And this is, I think it's only like 3% of the files that they let out. Just imagine all them other people that they haven't exposed us to. Basically, all the rich people. Everybody that's been telling us to worship, to be like our whole lives. These are the people that are in these files. And what are they doing in these files? Look at this. When I saw this, this made my stomach turn. This is what they're doing in these files.
You look too.
They're using people that look like us. They're using people in our own communities to be able to torture and oppress our people in those communities. Look, watch when she walk up. Watch when she walk up and she's following him around. This is not Germany. This is not Germany 1920, 1910, 1930. This is America today, last week. Look, watch this.
It's good to be looking at me. Don't tell I done. Don't tell I got hot out for no reason. Why bother me? It's been a while. Y'all knew. Y'all knew. Y'all need to go somewhere. Stop touching up on me. It's another phone in my pocket.
Look, there's another cop right there. It's like they're following him. They're trying to cut him off. He's walking. They're walking over there harassing him. Yo, they have no reason to be following him. And when she get close, you're going to see from their interactions, she had no reason to be coming to be following him, to be harassing him. Yo, but this is what we deal with in our communities every day. I dealt with this growing up in Newark. In the 90s, I dealt with this. We've been saying this in our communities. We've been saying there's no justice system here. There's no legal system. That we are not free. We're being terrorized by the police. How is this not terrorism?
You don't want to get from my shit. You don't want to get from my shit.
What's in your pocket?
What? Touch me.
Megan, did you
Touch
take
me.
a sec?
Touch me.
You said
Touch me.
search you?
Touch me. You look mad.
You're saying I could search you?
Good touch me. I like you. Touch me here. Phone, AirPods. What?
That look like freedom to you? You see, I was about to call him stupid. I'm not going to call him stupid. He's too young. He's too naive to understand what is going on. To him, this is life. To him, being harassed like that, being accosted, her going through his pocket, touching him, doing what she's doing, to him, this is life. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what's supposed to be happening. So what do you think would have happened if Comrade Paul was walking by there and they were doing their pig patrol? What do you think would have happened? You think they would have did that? You think they would have been running his pockets, doing all of this? If we were out there doing pig patrol, watching them, without armed ourselves, yo, let me just keep playing it. Because, you know, we free. They like to tell us we free out here.
I got a clip in their mouth. What? What?
I'm nervous. Relax.
I'm not nervous.
Yep, she's searching him. He didn't look nervous. The whole time I'm watching him. It's like he's used to this behavior. Notice what I just said. He's used to this behavior. He's used to them doing this. He's allowing her access to his body for her to just touch him and do whatever she want to do. This is legal. This is what they allow. I'm walking up and you got your hands on my son, my daughter. It ain't ending like this. You see, but I know better. You see why we keep saying you need to build institutions? If we had institutions that taught that young man that she's not supposed to put her hands on you, and then we had people out there to be policing the community, we had safeguards out there, none of this would be happening. But we don't have safeguards out there. We haven't organized. Jesse Jackson and none of them have organized our communities that we're not getting patted down. That young man is getting patted down like this is Germany, 1920s, 1910. For what? Why is she patting them down? Why is she not going to them buildings where them landlords is doubling people rents and throwing people into the streets? Why is she not going into corporations that's not paying people enough to live? Because these corporations don't exist. We don't exist at the behest of the corporations. The corporations exist at the behest of us. They don't come over us. Why is she not over there policing them? Because that's where the crime is. What are you trying to find? Some drugs? You found some weed, some coke. So now you got the right to destroy his whole life because you found him with drugs and weed. But all the crime by imperialism, by capitalism going on around you, the real crime that's impacting the lives of the people in the community, nothing. Why don't you go arrest everybody in that school over there? Why don't you go to the school and arrest the principal, everybody, because those kids don't know how to read? Nothing. The only crime is somebody that has no power, that can't control the government, can't control the police, can't control nothing, has access to nothing. The only crime is what they're doing. And these people are walking around confident as if they're doing something good. I shame them. I make them turn their face. I make them howl when they come around me. Because they're scumbags, they're pigs, they're traitors. They're traitors to not only black people, but to humanity in general. That's all pigs, all cops, wherever you go all around the world.
Talia. That is beautiful. Whoa, that is beautiful lady pulling up.
She don't look beautiful to me. Nothing about her is beauty to me. She's like a savage. You see, to him, because he doesn't understand that she's a traitor. She's a catcher Freeman. She's working for imperialism to oppress her own people. She's the ugliest thing I've seen this week. Ugliest and ignorant, most ignorant thing I've seen this week. I ain't see her partner yet. Let me see him, though.
On my pants.
I think it's
Thank you. No.
Like it's cordial. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he said.
Life, man. Life of being black, man. Gotta be black, man. This shit whack, man.
This shit whack, man. Gotta be black, man. This shit whack, man. You go look into that community, the council people probably black, the mayor probably black, everybody probably black. And this young man is growing up saying it's whack to be black. What are you going to say to him in 10, 15, 20 years about being pro-black when this is all he has ever seen? That's not white people searching his body, violating him. Those are other black people. Like, if you don't know, yo, if you don't understand this shit, it'll have you lost. This another, I don't know, what's her name in here? From Atlanta? I don't see her name up here. But this another brother.
Remember, but Chairman, before you move on, I want to piggyback off of the Epstein file and the last video you showed.
Yeah, what time are we done?
We gotta be done by 2:45.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like the cops is not going after the real criminals like those in the Epstein files. Every conspiracy we've had, every notion of things that we thought the government was responsible for, Pizzagate, all that stuff, it's in the Epstein files. We weren't crazy. We weren't conspiracy theorists. We just know. No, we didn't know. If you study it and educate yourself on how society, the power structure works and how these people behave, we knew they were doing all these things. We just didn't have the proof. And now that the proof is coming out, to this day, nobody is being held accountable. And those of you that are still into this electoral politics, you're still out there supporting these politicians, who are you supporting? Because both for the Democrats, the Republicans, the Green Party, the Tea Party, all these political parties, they are part of the Epstein files. Obama people knew, Obama knew, Biden knew, Trump knew, Reagan knew, Carter knew. Every single president, as long as Epstein been around, they knew, and they did business with him, and they did harm to the people. None of this stuff helped the people. The housing crisis, the stock market crashing down, all these things are in the Epstein files. So when the politicians, because it's election season, especially in Newark, New Jersey, everybody's running for mayor and city council. But nobody is talking about the crimes that we are seeing in these Epstein files, that all these politicians are complicit and culpable, even down to your local politician. That's all I want to say.
All power to the people. That's it. All power to the people.
Peace and blessings.
All power to the people. Go ahead, Mutar.
All right, since we mentioned local politics, I might as well throw me a shot in. I'm running for West Ward City Council. And the reason why I'm running is because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm one of those people who go to a council meeting and I be complaining. I'm one of those people who need resources for programming that I've been doing for a long time, and it's constantly a struggle. Whereas though people, where I got politicians showing up to my programs doing photo ops, and next thing you know, like just a whole bunch of things over the years. And I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. So being though that I've been in the West Ward my entire life, I'm like, all right, listen, if I can't do nothing else, I'm at least try to throw a cog in that machine. So just to give a little bit of, I don't want to be boxed into the same group because I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I'm running as me, Muta El Amin. That's it.
All power. No, what you mean? We having a conversation. All power to the people. Look, man, we believe in ideological struggle. I mean, we don't believe in electoral politics, but we can't tell you what to believe in. I mean, the ideological struggle is you might prove us wrong. I'm saying I doubt it. But you go in there, you may prove us wrong and you may be right in the ideological struggle. But we see the work that you do in the community. We see what you do in the community. We see how much you love the people. So we F's with you off that. Real talk. And keeping it a buck with you, if I'm real serious and I'm sincere about the reason why we do this is to aid the community, if you're successful, I can't help but join you. You know what I mean? Like keeping it a buck with you. I wish you all the best. But
yes,
General Secretary, you said they act like it's a conspiracy theory, whatever. A conspiracy theory is nothing bad. Let me see what it say right here. Conspiracy theory, because I just looked it up. A conspiracy theory is an explanation of events, often tragic or significant ones, that reject the standard accepted narrative in favor of a secret, sinister plot by powerful hidden actors. These theories usually lack sufficient evidence, are rooted in suspicion, and often persist despite being debunked, serving to make sense of uncertainty, anxiety, distrust. That's what they say a conspiracy theory is. But what is a conspiracy? What's it? Conspiracy. A criminal conspiracy is an agreement between two or more people to commit an illegal act, often requiring an overt act by at least one member to advance the plot. It carries its own penalties and allows for liability for crimes committed by others in the group. In the U.S., the federal statute of limitations for conspiracy is generally 5 years. That's a conspiracy. So now, what's a theory? What's a theory? Theory. A theory is a well-substantiated, organized system of accepted knowledge, principles, or models used to explain, predict, and understand natural or social phenomena. So you need evidence. You need to be able to prove it. So when they say a conspiracy theory, a few people coming together to do something that's illegal. And theory is if you have evidence and proof to show that they're doing it. Everybody's been talking about Pizzagate, been talking about this evidence, people coming out. Okay, so how you know what you call it? The Epstein stuff is real. So my evidence is all the women, all the children, all the people that said they were raped by this person, that have evidence that they were raped by this person, that they were trafficked by this person. So they show all of that, and then we see it. We see their evidence, and then they're like, it's more than one person. He trafficked us to Clintons, to this person, to that person. So now you have a conspiracy theory. You see, but the world we live in, the society we live in, They want us all thinking like something is wrong with us. So they put it in their Google chat. A conspiracy theorist is people basically making up stuff, saying stuff, lying. Okay, the Epstein file was a conspiracy theory. Who was right? The people that were saying these people are up to no good, these people are crooked, they're eating people, they're raping children, they're corrupting governments. Who was right? Us or the government that put this definition of conspiracy theory on the internet for people to go read it and make it seem like a conspiracy theory is a negative thing. So now in your mind, whenever somebody challenges the power structure, it's a negative thing. You know, like every time you challenge Israel, they call you an anti-Semite. This is what they do. So we have political education classes, and we have these conversations to understand what they're doing. Ain't none of this a conspiracy theory. They did it.
Chairman, when you refuse to take their vaccine, and they let hundreds of people lose their jobs, their homes, their housing, penalize, call these people all types of monsters. Now we're in 2026. COVID is gone. Nobody needs to take the vaccine. But then y'all didn't make all those people whole.
Yeah, got rid of all those people. Told us we was all crazy. Hey, yo, FYI, my family didn't take the vaccine. We don't trust the government. We don't trust nothing the government says. They're corrupt. Oh, guess what else is in the Epstein file? How the crime they committed with lying, with all of that. All of that is in the Epstein file. How they control the politicians, how they control the CDC, all of it is in there. But they come out and make it seem like we crazy. They could say what they want. I am never trusting the government. I'm not shooting myself up, or my children, or my family with anything those people give me. I don't trust them. Like we're looking at this kid right here, Kyle Basinger. The Black Lions Party out in Georgia is having a rally March 1st. We're in talks to see if we're going to have a caravan to go out there. To show our support. Intercommunalism. They out in Georgia. They went and found out what's going on. They involved. We're going to come out there to come show our support and stand with them and build things in that community or strategies in that community to make sure there's not another Kyle. That's what we're doing here. That's what our organizing is doing. Intercommunalism. Yo, we're not in Atlanta, but we can tap into Atlanta. We could connect with them through this our party affiliates that are out there.
On those vaccines.
What about
when it comes to that? I got people that are really doing this stuff like in medicine.
Yeah.
And though you know things like the Tuskegee Airmen and the LSD experiments all happened, I cannot stress enough. This stuff is real. It's been real deaths. It's been real things. It's real sickness and real permanent injury behind not taking care of your medical. You don't have to trust the government. You may not get the things that they recommend you get or that they tell you to get, like certain stuff is mandatory. But please take care of your health. Do it holistically and do it like chemically, medically. Do the whole thing. Please take care of your health, because saying I don't trust the government and then dying in your bed is not good.
Hey, Isaiah, is saying not trusting the government, does that equate to you inside your mind? When I say that, does that equate to not taking care of your health?
Not exactly, because I know you're not like that. With the people that say I don't trust the government, I've watched people like really like pass away from like wither away. I'm not doing nothing the government saying they gone. It's please take care of your health, y'all.
All power to the people. And part of organizing, like we say, we work with children. We need doctors. We need doctors in our communities. But the corporation, the corporate medicine that this government is partaking in, I don't trust it. I don't even like going to see no doctor. I don't trust doctors. I don't trust nothing these institutions produce, because everything they do is for money. Your life is the most sacred thing on this planet. A life, including my life. But I don't trust these people. I cannot trust them. No one should trust these people. No one. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't produce minds that can heal us. We shouldn't produce doctors. We should. That's the hard work that we're supposed to be investing in. When we say we're saying not to organize, we should be producing doctors. Yo, it's a lot of stuff. Yo, we got so much things to do. Like right now, there's people talking about going to war to blow. I keep thinking about this, to blow each other up. And they have bunkers for themselves that they're going to go hide in. What are we going to do? I told you I don't trust this government. I don't trust Trump. I don't trust Biden. I don't trust the Clintons. I don't trust any Democrat, any Republican. Everything they say to me, they're lying. That is how I see them. That is how we should all see them, because they are liars. They can do something. They can drop a bomb, whatever. They won't say nothing to us. They'll just run inside their bunkers. Why come nobody ever questions them about that? Do you have a bunker that you're going to go in case this, when you attack Iran and they decide to attack us back, do you have a bunker for you to go in? What is the rest of us going to do? Nobody ever, all these military people, they talk to all these people all the time. They never ask them questions like this. What is the plan? Because you're talking about going to war with China, going to war with this person. You're talking all that tough talk. With us, with our lives at stake. But be that it's in May. Yo, when we say don't trust the government, that don't mean don't build institutions or do stuff to be able to protect yourself. I mean, yo, this is another story. This was in Grand Rapids. All of this is this week. The police come out, they say one thing, they lie. They say, give them body cameras. Give them body cameras. They doctor the body cameras. But what are our leaders telling us? What is Jesse Jackson telling us? What are all the politicians telling us? To trust the police. To wait till the investigation is over. Even though we see time and time again and again that they lie. They lie.
Quickly, Chairman. Trust the investigation, trust the process. We're past the 20-day mark of Wally Bay's investigation, and we still have no body camera. That's what I want to say.
That's in Newark, New Jersey. That's another person they kill here. We talking about Grand Rapids. We talking about Georgia. We talking about all the people they killing all around the country. They killed Wally Bay. They killed them when? Martin Luther King's birthday, when they were doing the marches. The police ran up and shot him and killed them. They still ain't released that camera yet. The people that live around it, the stores that were around it, they don't want to give up their body camera. This is what we're dealing with. And what did Du Bois say early on? What did Du Bois say? We are not organized. We're not organized in our communities. That's why this stuff continue to happen. And the people in position of power that's supposed to be leading us, that's supposed to be showing us how to organize ourselves, they push us into the lion's den. They tell us to vote for these politicians, to vote for this oligarchy, for imperialism. And we're saying no. Police your own community where you live at. Come together, go talk to your neighbors. Come up with strategies to police your own community. And stuff like this, I guarantee you won't happen. Let me play it. I know most of you seen it already, but you see, this is exactly when something happened, the media come out. Now, I want you to watch and tell me if he's being biased in his reporting. If he's reporting to the people or he's reporting to the people in power.
Two perspectives of Wednesday's deadly officer-involved shooting.
Two perspectives. So there's two different perspectives on what happened there. Even though there's video to it, but there's two different perspectives. Whose side you on? What's his name? Josh Berry. Two perspectives.
In Grand Rapids. This afternoon, police released 3 body and dash cam clips of the incident. Hours later, community activists released their own clip showing a different angle. This happened in the parking lot of an apartment complex off of Eastern near MLK. Family has identified the man killed as Daquan Johnson. Grand Rapids police say the situation started after officers received a report of a man on a bicycle who was potentially armed. They tried to make contact.
I'm going to pause it there for you. You heard what he just said? This is what the police said at first, because they changed the story later. You just said the police say they received information about a man with a gun or whatever. Let me bring it back a little bit. I want you to hear that, because the media is in bed with the system. You can't trust the media either. That don't mean don't do no media, no investigation.
Who was potentially armed. They tried to make contact. The man took off and officers pursued, leading to that armed. They tried to make contact. The man started after officers received a report of a man.
Officers received a report. Who you received a report from?
And on a bicycle who was potentially armed. They tried to make contact. The man took off and officers pursued, leading to that deadly interaction. The police department says the video released today is only some of the video they have. The clip shared by activists was projected on a wall during a news conference after a vigil and a march and demonstration. We have not independently verified that video, but we are going to show both clips now. We do want to warn you, some viewers may find the content disturbing. Chief Eric Winstrom said today he believes the incident started as an officer-initiated call. Once in the parking lot, officers deployed a police canine to try and take down the man in a non-lethal manner. But the struggle continued. You hear one officer say he's got a gun, and shortly after, shots are fired. Police say the man was taken to the hospital and declared dead Thursday morning. A handgun was recovered from the scene. The officers involved are on administrative leave per permit protocol, and Michigan State Police is investigating.
Now you see the video you just seen? This is the body camera. So if
wait. A canine taking you down is non-lethal?
You said what?
A canine taking you down is now considered non-lethal?
Yeah,
I said the same thing.
No, but to them, like, that's less lethal than a taser. That's what they're trying to tell us. But look at the video. The video that they showed us. I want you to peep this video. I'm going to bring it back. Look at this video, and I want you to compare it with the next video that we're going to be watching. Because this is the body cam. When they say give the police body cameras, this is what they be talking about.
The incident started as an officer-initiated call. Once in the parking lot, officers deployed a police canine to try and take down the man in a non-lethal manner. But the struggle continued. You hear one officer say he's got a gun, and shortly after, shots are fired. Police say the man was taken to the hospital and declared dead Thursday morning. A handgun was recovered from the scene. The officers involved are on administrative leave per department protocol, and Michigan State Police is investigating. Now, in the video released by activists, you can see Johnson on the ground with the canine and officers of.
The canine is biting on his arm right there. The police officer has his other arm, and they're pointing the gun at his head, and he's on his stomach. This is the video that the family have. I'm going to show you a better copy in a second. But this is what's his name, Josh? This is what Josh is showing us. And watch where Josh stopped the video.
Above him, there is a struggle happening. Those who shared the video say,
see, if you watch this, you still ambiguous. You really, yeah, they're grabbing them. You can't really see what really happened. This is what the media is giving you. This is what Josh giving you and the police giving you.
This one shows what really happened.
We need accountability.
He said the community said this one shows what really happened, but he didn't show what the community showed him.
Full accountability, not only for the officers, but for their leadership, because their leadership is who spoke to this community and told this community a false narrative of what took place. What are you seeing in that video? What I'm seeing is a young man being executed by.
Hey, yo, you cannot hold these people accountable. There's no holding the people that's in charge. You're not holding the chief. You're not holding the lieutenant. You're not holding the mayor. Every single one of them should be standing trial, should be locked up for what happened. They should all be accountable. None of them, even the policemen, nobody, at the end of the day, may be held accountable. But you can't hold these people accountable. You see, we've come to the realization that you cannot hold these people accountable through their means. We have to create a whole different paradigm where you have Paul out there. Imagine if Paul out there with his comrades out there. Imagine the people in that community were out there with guns patrolling their community. You think that them police would? Let me show the video.
All right. And I'm going to grab 2 hands. You on his stomach, both hands behind his back. He's not.
You see the dog biting him, they pull him around. Oh my God. I hate when I do this. Where is this at? Patience, could you please come, please? I done messed up the whole show. Get it back to the normal screen, please. You go back. How come it wasn't going back? I was trying to go back. Right there. Go back one more. Go back. Right there.
I'm just like, then I'm gonna grab the thing. You on his stomach, both hands behind his back. He's not looking, but oh my God. Oh my motherfucking God.
Yo, that dog should be put down too. Those police officers should be put down, and that dog should be put down too. That dog is a beast. That dog should not be nowhere in the community. That dog should be put down. See, this is the conversations we're supposed to be having, but we don't have these conversations because we're so confused by people like Jesse Jackson talking about we winning. We look like we winning?
Back. Now, but oh my God. Oh my God.
That could have been your child. Why is there an echo?
The echo is coming from your phone. I muted your other phone. Can you hear us? You're muted. Can you?
So I'm unmuted now. I'm good, right? Hello?
I hear you, Chairman. We can hear you.
Oh,
that was me.
Do you have it? Do you hear an echo? Oh, okay, you're good. All right.
Nah, they say they hear me. No, but
I turned off the audio on my speaker because it seems to interfere. It's like it does an echo effect. But I seen a lot here, and I have to say something about this. I'm Comrade Rod. All power to the people. We're here today to speak about the contradictions of what the society in which we live is putting out and we're living through. But here I see something that's old. This is centuries old. We're watching executions of people who are deemed inferior in this society today. And there's a lot for me to process here, watching it from the beginning of the show. But, you know, from the beginning, it's like we know that this has been the standard in this country, to persecute the least of the society, whether it's class or race. Yes, it's race is a big part of it in this country. But when it comes to it, at the end of the day, it is part of the class struggle. And absolutely, and I understand by hearing and the Philadelphia Negro by a gentleman who's like always been like taught to us in school about his struggles and how he did his best to make it a positive effect. But also we heard about his how there were others like Booker T. Washington who had differing ways of fighting this or facing the struggle, but at the same time they were put against each other. You know, so we were kind of confused growing up. You know, I'm Generation X. I'm 52 years old. And understanding a lot of this story is like, I'm seeing it in repetition. No matter what, it's always going to be the same thing. It's always going to be about race and class in a very unique way. And Africa, I would defer to you because we might have views on this that is in common, but at the same time, I've seen enough as a Puerto Rican, Ecuadorian proletariat, or even Lupin proletariat, of parents who could not reconcile with one another. But this is the reality that we faced growing up in between 1973 until I became a young man in the 90s. And the situation where the things that I've seen contradicts a lot of the things that were being sold at the time. So I was able to see a lot of the 80s, the 90s, and how the news. And yes, Jesse Jackson, a very respected person for many people, for millions of people even. But at the same time, I remember that when he was saying this, the video that you played about what was happening in South Africa, it was the beginning of privatization of every way of living in our country, including prison, and it doubled the prison population. And this is where we were witnessing. I remember witnessing at that time that it doubled, and then it just became worse until there was a break in the 2000s. Especially after Ferguson in 2000, I believe it was 2014. And the Reverend Jesse Jackson did go to Ferguson, and he was lambasted. He was talked down to. He was in the backseat of the car, and then they drove away. And then shortly after, he did start to get sick. And now, this week, I learned that he passed away. But he did run for president twice, and he was, I think he came in second the second time that he ran in the primaries in 1988, I believe it was. But that's not to take away from anything that he was part of that we suspect, things that we put together. Because before a theory, there is hypothesis. And hypothesis is an educated guess. And then you prove it as you go along. You look for the proof, and then it becomes a theory. And then after a while, it becomes fact. But fact is that he did steal from the Rainbow Coalition, from Fred Hampton. Yeah, I don't mean to be like, I don't want to talk bad about him, because I my whole life I always heard him I always seen him as a good figure. He even showed in Washington D.C. When Puerto Rico, the 100th anniversary of the invasion of Puerto Rico in 1898 by the United States, he showed up. And he had everybody say that we are somebody in Spanish. But yeah, you know. So, and his daughter spoke, and she has a Spanish name. So there was a lot that went at that time, and it was like we all looked at him, from liberal eyes at that time, because it was 1998, and we thought we could, make an effect or change Gen X. We were very short-sighted, because I got kicked out of a parade in New York City, because me and another person, we unfurled a sign that said Puerto Rico is not for sale, but it was really speaking about our disenchantment with privatization, which was happening in Puerto Rico, because they took over the phone company, which was run by the government up to that time. But it was just the beginning of recolonization of the island, or the archipelago, the chain of islands that consists of Puerto Rico. My Spanish is busted sometimes. But yeah, that's Jesse Jackson in my eyes. But after 2014, he was no longer considered, anybody important, except for the older generation. And then, of course, we are here. We are living history. This is amazing, that we are at this point.
Now we are. Now it is amazing. And it's like, we like the older people, or like, the people are not the one that really make no decision, that really say nothing. I mean, when he came to the people, the way how we treated them is how we've always treated these people. The media is who promotes them. The corporations that fund them is who put out this persona and this idea of them. Yo, my mother could care less about a Jesse Jackson. I mean, because she's been suffering, going through this her whole life. But these are all people that are propped up. And telling the truth about these people that are propped up, it's not negative. It's being real. It's living in the real world. I mean, so we trying to find out. We trying to see if we got some comrades out there in Grand Rapids. So if anybody's in here right now that has any comrades out there, yo, we want to get involved. We want to pull up. We want to see how we can assist with what's going on out there. Because we got the same issues in all our community. Like last week, we was showing Wale Bay. That's what we was talking about in North when the police assassinated him. But if anybody got any contacts, we're going to try to reach out. But if anybody got any contacts, you let us know. We try to go out there. Now, but this is what we do during the week.
Yes.
Now, let me put it, I want y'all to hear Sensei. This is our OG in the gym. He used to be a world champion, too. Hold on, I get this stuff.
Yes. You better know how to use that. You know, I watch that and like that. I'm telling you, this is the time of the.
Why am I showing this? Hey, this kind of one-on-one care, this kind of, I'm talking about, this is, you see in one day. This is every day, one-on-one care, this kind of love, this kind of organizing. He's been, this is Alex. Alex been around for about 3 years now. So continuing this kind of one-on-one love, this kind of organizing, from now all the way till he graduate out of high school, goes to college, graduate out of college, and he's that doctor, because that's how smart he is. He is that doctor that now comes back and now works for the people, not works for a corporation, works for the people to bring wellness to the people. That's what we're doing here, to build this institutional memory. He's never going to forget the love and the care and the attention that he gets every single day being around us. You see, like, if somebody just walked through the door, they just be like, yeah, Alex, like, they got a boxing gym. They doing boxing. They don't know about the reading, the education class, the stuff we're teaching them, the trips that we go on. They have no idea of the world view that we're making sure that they understand. And taking all this discipline, because he's in the gym every day working. This discipline, we demand he applies this in all parts of his life. This is what we're talking about. You want to change the circumstances? You want to organize in the community? Start organizing right where you live at, right outside your door. Let's all come together and start organizing. This is the foundation of anything, of any revolution, of any change in any of our communities. Look how young. We have about 3 or 4 in kindergarten, first grade. I think Kendrick is in first, and I think Captain Patience, what grade are they in? She's struggling. Her computer ended.
Hello?
Yeah, what grade are they in?
They're both in first grade.
What's their names? Kendrick and Chase. They're both in first grade. And like when they first come in the gym, little bro Kendrick mom be everywhere. He don't want to do nothing. It took us a couple of months for us to get to this stage where he's actually listening. And then look at the intricate and look at the steps that the sensei is putting them through.
Let me see you do it. Right. 1, 2, and 1. Another. Yeah. Right. Let's go. Now it's your turn. Now it's all again, bro. 1, 2, and 1. Come on, dog.
And when we talk about organizing, these are kids that we're in the gym. You're showing them step by step. This is what we're talking about with the whole community. This is what you have to do with the entire community. If you're trying to organize and build intercommunalism in your communities, the same steps every single day, going by step, breaking it down to the lowest denominator component, whatever, breaking it down. Like, look how they're paying attention. Look. Because they know they're in a space where we're just trying to help them. That we're only doing it because of love. All the stuff that we do in the community, there's no charge. We charge nobody for nothing we do. There's nobody in the community got to pay for anything. Everything we do is for free because we serve the community. Pick him up from school. He always eating. He got Funyuns and he got a empanada. He always eating. My boy back here, Caleb back here, Jazier back here, they always jump in the back seat when they come in. I mean, but every day. I ain't gonna go into this. Hey, General Secretary, you want to talk about? I ain't even gonna go into all of that, yo. You want me to hit play? Where you at?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, but the General Secretary want to talk about this. We're gonna end with this real quick. But now,
yeah, you can stay right there. I'm gonna talk from here. This video is. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your thought.
No, my thought is finished. So you want me? What you want me to play the whole video?
I'm gonna let you know. No, I'm gonna let you know when to play and when to stop.
All right.
So this video is from Newark City Council meeting. The young gentleman is coming to voice a concern. Young lady is coming to voice a concern. A little bit of context. She is working for the city or did work for the city. But go ahead and play a few seconds of the video.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I never
I'm sorry, just state your name for the record.
Latoya Jackson Tucker.
Thank you.
I never coming down here with my feelings. And it's not good for my community. And y'all have seen me come down here and speak about my kids several times. Now I have a son that did 9 years that has been locked up by the Newark Police Department. Within the last 2 weeks, about 6 times he had a bracelet. What they're doing is they're taking him into custody.
What that T-shirt say? On fuck with Ibu. Y'all see the T-shirt?
Yes. Yes, it says that.
Unfuckable with.
No, it say unfuck with Abu. But we ready.
Unfuck with Abu.
Doing illegal searches, taking money from him that's not on his paperwork, hard-earned money that I'm giving him, my mother giving him out of her Social Security check, and my family members are giving him. None of this stuff is documented.
But I just want y'all to see, look at them. These are the council people. Look at them. They're behind glass. They're above the people, looking down on the people. You could say whatever you want to say. Hey, yo, why is he still working here? Doesn't he hold political office in Patterson? What's his name?
Kenyatta Stewart. Yes, they do what they want. I think he's an assemblyman now. He works for the city of Newark, but he lives in Patterson, and he holds political position in Patterson. Every single one of them on the council have a second government job. They all double dip because it's legal for them to double dip. The guy in the middle, Crump, the president, he sits on the one of the boards that approves developments and all this stuff, and he also gets to vote on developments that come through the city council. They do a whole bunch of stuff that they say they legally can do, and the people have no control or say over it.
Look how comfortable they are. Look how they just sit there. People come in talking about their children that are being abused by the police, and these people just sit here like they're God. Look at them. Just sit up there behind glass. Who do these people think they are? This is how you serve the people? This is serving the people right here? We do more. We do more in an hour than these people do a whole year to serve the community. Look at this. This is in Newark, New Jersey, Municipal Council. When you go see the council people, to speak to the council people, this is how you have to go in there and address them. Beyond glass walls.
I've tried to keep my mouth closed when it comes to Wally Bay, but the whole community is understanding that the police is not operating in the right type of way. Now, the police, to me, they are purposely trying to make our young people informant. One of the reasons why,
Chairman, pause.
So, because
so she mentions Wally Bay because same thing similar it happened to him. The police rolled up on him, but she also alluded to the fact that she don't want to say much about him because I think that they were doing the same snitch thing to him. I think Wally Bay was being labeled a snitch or something like that. But I'm saying all this to say, but that's how the police do their investigations. The police don't do any police work. They go into the communities, grab people up, tell them, get them on trumped up charges to make them tell on other people. And from what I'm hearing, it seems like that's what they try to do with her son, and that's why they tried to do with Wally. And she's not going to speak too much on that because, again, she's also connected to the city. We're going to fast forward the video, too, but she said in the video, she says that she has family members that's in the police department, and that's why she goes to the whole good cop, bad cop thing, whatever. But what she don't understand is the institutional thing. And a lot of those people that work with the city or in the city, they think they are safe from the things that the people are facing when it comes to the police because they so close to government. But they are realizing now that it doesn't matter. If you're not in that class, you are not protected. So a few minutes after she went to city council, she gets a call that the police is harassing her son. So can you just fast forward to that part, Chairman?
Yeah, wait, what minute mark?
You can just any part towards the middle and end of the video. You can play from anywhere there.
Hey, you gotta fucking be taking his fucking money and playing with him like that. Call the fucking ambulance. Call the ambulance. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. I don't care. Do not touch me. Do not fucking touch me. Y'all, stop my son. Y'all hurting my son. Do not fucking touch me. Do not. Y'all see, stop choking him. Get the fuck off my son. Get the fuck off my son. Y'all keep harassing him. Y'all not gonna keep locking up my motherfucking son. I ain't do something. Y'all not gonna keep locking up my fucking son. Only 4 minutes. It's on camera.
Okay, you can end it, Chairman. If anybody wants to watch the full videos on our YouTube page, and it's also on the Chairman's Instagram page. But final point, it doesn't matter if you work for the city. It doesn't matter if the mayor's your best friend. If you're not in that class, you are not protected. So that's all I got to say about that.
Come in here and come change the screen. No, but we're not winning. We're not winning. and our problem is, we really don't have, I don't know any organization that's really in place, like really fighting for the people. I'm talking about organizations like the NAACP, like something with a name that has been around for a while. Actively fighting for the people, serving the people. And we look to be those people. We look to be that organization that's here serving the people. Like I'm not ashamed of that. Is my video on? I don't know.
I got it.
Your video is not on.
It's not on. Okay, it should be on now. It should be on now. What are you doing now?
Not yet.
Right there. There we go. But I don't forgot what I was saying. I'm getting old out here. I'm getting old in these streets, man. Hey, yo, man, I've been at it since I walked out of prison in 2008, man. I hit the floor. I hit this ground hard, man. Because I remember I was laying in prison. I was like, people don't know this. I cannot wait to go tell people all the stuff I know. Then when I came out, and I sat with Councilman Rob Baraka, and I sat with him in his, were we in his office? I think we was in his office. I'm talking all this back to Africa. Who muted? Who not muted?
I'm looking right now. Hold on.
Yeah, and I'm talking all this back to African stuff. Yo, the whole time he understood everything I was talking about. Man, he knew it probably from when he was growing up. But I'm thinking like I just discovered something. I mean, so it's been a while, man. Like people getting to know us now. People starting to come around now, but we've been here for a minute. I mean, and it's like it gets kind of tiring. I mean, you could get burned out. You could get burned out real easy if you're not strategic, if you don't understand what you're doing, if there's no plan, if there's no game plan in place, and you know like this is a way of life. I mean, you don't just run into a building. Nah, you gotta take your time. You gotta strategize every day that you wake up. I mean, you gotta put the work in. I mean, so yo, before everybody leave out, man, anybody got some words? Yo, Ibrahim, how you doing? Yo, I didn't see you Wednesday, Ibrahim, man. You can be missing days, bro. Well, you owe 10 demerits.
I'm clear.
How you doing, though?
Started, so I'm just trying to balance everything out.
What up, man? Now, I need you around, man. I need you to get some video for us to push out there, man, because you're an intelligent brother. Yo, Moo, you got anything, Moo?
Like always, man, I appreciate y'all for hosting this show. It's very informative. And, you know, I tune in for the information and to be educated. Peace and blessings to all.
Hey, peace and blessing. Hey, yo, when we, you want me to put you in when we doing the conversations to go to Atlanta or Detroit? You muted, gang. You muted.
Oh, I was saying definitely Atlanta because, you know, I'm near anyway, so definitely there. Give me some family time.
I'm staying at your crib.
Listen. we got. I gotta ask my wife, but absolutely, for sure.
Word up.
I want to travel for the cause. I ain't mad at it.
All power to the people. All power to the people. Let me see. Anybody got who's P. Moomin? I hope I say that right. That's Prince. Hey, yo, Prince, unmute yourself.
Hello? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, who that, Prince?
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, man, what's up, man? You pulled up, Prince?
Yeah, I had to sit back and listen, you feel me? See what's going on.
What you think, though? What you think?
I'm saying, like, I got a lot to say, but I think I'm going to just kick back for a little while.
Say no more. But, yo, like, you out here, man. You in the streets. You going through this stuff. So, like, when you come, I want you to be ready to talk to us from your perspective. I mean, like, yo, I'm so happy you here. You heard?
No, for sure.
Yo, that's the little homie. I told him yesterday to pull up, man. Yo, that's what's up. But look, we done for the week, though, unless somebody want to say anything. Because this is the people's space. If you want to say something, get it out real quick. You heard? Going once. Going twice. Hey, all power to the people. I live for the people. I die for the people. Hey, see everybody next week.